A certain viewer of this channel that claims to be a psych student actually does show the ignorance present in psych students. Now, before I start this video, what I want to make sure is that everybody watching this knows I am not a medical doctor, nor do I claim to be somebody that should be asked advice on treatment, okay? So get that through your heads. I'm not a medical doctor, I'm not a therapist, I'm not a nutritionist, I'm not a dietitian. I was a personal trainer, okay? Boom. Now, this individual does resort frequently to personal attacks. Now, one of the assumptions, and I would like to say that she didn't refer to me as a schizophrenic, although I thought she had. I'm not a schizophrenic, of course. But she had stated that, quote, if she is a she, you never know on social media, of course. She had stated that basically paranoid schizophrenics cannot do without medication. However, there was a psychiatrist named Dr. Abraham Hoffer who, with Dr. Linus Pauling, created the field of orthomolecular psychiatry. Now, why is this important? Well, this is important because unlike psychiatry, which gets absolutely nowhere with schizophrenics except to sedate them, Dr. Hoffer actually did get people that were severely psychotic back to a level of sanity, and back to the level in some cases where they were able to prosper in the real world. Why is this important? Well, this is important because Dr. Hoffer's lack of reception by mainstream psychiatry shows that psychiatry prefers to live in the realm of fantasy, the realm of psychoanalysis, of Carl Jung, of Sigmund Freud, of Alfred Adler, of nonsense that is not provable, okay? Whereas Dr. Hoffer's treatments garnered actual real-life results that were quantifiable and researchable, and he did do research that was proven to be good. A number of books by Dr. Hoffer, I've only read one, but a number of the books are Adventures in Psychiatry, How to Live with Schizophrenia, Orthomolecular Medicine for Physicians, okay, B3, Schizophrenia, Discovery, Recovery, and Controversy, Psychiatry, Yesterday and Today, that one's a textbook, Orthomolecular Treatment for Schizophrenia, Common Questions on Schizophrenia and Their Answers, Healing Schizophrenia, Healing with Clinical Nutrition, and Orthomolecular Medicine for Everyone. Okay, the reason this is important to understand is this. There are treatments that garner results with the mentally ill. These treatments are not explored by mainstream psychiatry. One of Dr. Hoffer's other books, I believe it's called A Nutritional Cure for Alcoholism or something like that. What is unknown by many is Alcoholics Anonymous, which is now a respected organization, was at one time affiliated with Dr. Hoffer, and Dr. Hoffer used nutritional therapies to cure people of alcoholism a lot better than a 12-step program alone. Okay, why is this interesting? This is interesting because this person brought up how Scientology is a cult. Why is Scientology attacked to the level it is? Well, the same reason Alcoholics Anonymous was attacked to the level it was. Clear Body, Clear Mind by L. Ron Hubbard seems to borrow a lot from Dr. Hoffer's book on alcoholism and his cure for alcoholism. Now, the reason AA dropped Dr. Hoffer's approach wasn't because it didn't work. They dropped it because they started getting attacked by the AMA and other mainstream medical associations. And this is because the practice of psychiatry especially, more than any other form of medicine, psychiatry especially likes to keep the person in treatment. One of the things you very rarely are told is very long ago, prior to people being drugged out of their gourd, psychotic episodes were short-lived, meaning people would have a psychotic episode and eventually be fine until the creation of the asylum and until the creation of drugs, pills. Even after the creation of the asylum, a lot of people went to the asylum, had a episode, and got better and left. What astonishes me is so many psychology students do not see a need to look past what they are taught in a textbook or look toward the history of behavioral health. Basically, what you see in psychology today is the concept of demonic possession taken out of the realm of religion and put into the new religion of psychology. Because if you think about it, what does psychology say? Psychology says you cannot question. You cannot question. The therapist is always right. And it's basically setting these people up as gods. They are their own gods. But what's funny is most psychologists and therapists, and I would say most people that work in mental health, as I had stated, are very damaged individuals. Now, the thing is, why did I get into mental health? Well, frankly, for me, it was to make money. I needed a job. I'm one of the few people, and this is what I think gave me that degree of separation. I didn't join a clinical mental health agency to go pretend that I was better than everybody else and transpose my hang-ups on them. I went there to make a paycheck. That's the only reason I went. The problem is I have a soul. Well, I don't really believe in a soul, but I have personal ethics that make it impossible for me to turn a blind eye to people being abused by the mental health system, which is what I clearly saw so many times it's ridiculous. And for this individual to doubt that I worked in a clinical mental health setting is an absurdity. I can only hope that they get to work with the wonderful people I do and get to experience the great variety of black supremacists, ex-prisoners, Jewish supremacists, and everyone else that I had to so graciously thank for giving me the privilege of working with them, both in clinic as my clients and as my supervisory staff. Eventually, you can't really tell the difference between your supervisory staff and the people coming there for help, except the people coming there for help tend to have their shit together a little bit more than the people working there.